Like a moth to a flame, it pulls us in. Next thing we know, we're in a now bear's den. Tomorrow, I know it all begins again. But where we're needed, we will go. And I'll roll the dice. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned. Haven't you heard? The heroes have returned.
Hello, and yes, that was all right on time, very precision. We are nothing if not precise. Hello, and welcome to Heroes of the Plains. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm absolutely stalling while Meagan gets her headphones on. Hey, all right, hey, yeah. That's nobody tell her what I said. Nobody tell her. Thank you all for tuning in. As you can see, we are down one person here because Briv Steelmarrow, Mr. Adam Bradford, is taking a well-earned and much-needed vacation. He will be back with us next week. Let's be honest, he literally took a beating at the hands of the devil last week, so it makes sense that Briv needs to go get some chiropractic done, or maybe a nice sauna, maybe a nice some cucumbers on the eyes somewhere with a massage. Before we get started, let me just say a quick shout out to our sponsors who help make this possible. Then this time, it's weird. Can we sponsor us? Last week we announced the Pathfinder Nexus. Take a look at that. If you haven't signed up for your free account for Demiplane, you can do so. You can play some games with your friends or find some friends to play games with and poke around. A lot's happening and a lot more is coming. Thank you to Sirenscape because epic games need epic sound. Thank you as always to Idle Champions. I think now you can you see all of us yet? It's soon. It's soon. Are we all there yet? Yeah, I think we're all there.
You have to be more specific about all of us in there. But if you're talking about Idle Champions presents
Yes.
the
No,
Trials
I'm
of
not.
Mount,
I mean the game Idle Champions.
not hey,
No?
Friday there might be an announcement on Friday.
Maybe? I don't know. I lose track of these things because I'm in a number of games with a number of people, up to and including a game for Idle Champions where literally everyone is in the game. I almost killed Avrin. That was cool. That was fine. That was an experience. But he has eluded me for now. Although it was announced that both Widdle and Penelope will be in group 2, so maybe next week, maybe I'll get you, my pretties, instead.
You can try.
But for now, you have Idle Champions code, so you can buff up your Penelope and your Widdle and your Avrins because they're all very much going to need help with what's coming for them. And last but certainly not least, Tailspire. We're giving away a set of 5 codes, which I spent too much time monologuing, so already may have gone off in chat there. But that is so you and an entire group can all get together and play with the Tailspire VTT, which is incredible. So, as we dive into it here, let's find out who all you beautiful people are. So I'm going to go in the order in which you are on my screen, starting with Jen.
Hey, I'm Jen Kretchmer. I am a writer, producer, streamer, doing the things. I'm the creator of the Accessibility Game and Resource Guide and the Disabled Person Tabletop directory, which you can find in my pinned tweet on Twitter as @DreamWisp. I stream on Twitch as DreamWispJen. I've got a bunch of fun things coming up, one of which is I am playing for Extra Life. I stream for Extra Life on my channel, but also I will be participating in this weekend's big Extra Life extravaganza for D&D with the Dungeon Scrawlers. If you feel like having a late night party, we will be playing starting at midnight. So Friday night into Saturday morning, midnight to 4 a.m. I'm playing with a fantastic group of the Dungeon Scrawlers. We're going to be playing a really fun adventure. There may be a spelljamming pirate showing up. We shall see. So I hope you join us for that. It's going to be a blast. So that is the 6th, and it's going to be a ton of fun.
And Hope.
Hi, I'm Hope LaVelle. You can follow me on Twitter at @TheHopeLaVelle. You can also listen to me play some D&D if you like podcasts on Attackers of Opportunity, wherever you can find podcasts. And like B. Dave said, I will be joining an amazing team for Idle Champions Presents Take Two starting Monday. So keep an eye out on the Twitter, my Twitter, or Beat Dave's Twitter, or Megan's Twitter, or Idle Champions Twitter to find out more details.
Collectively a number of Twitters. Yes. I literally just picked this up and like I eat like a toddler, so there's like schmutz on it, and now I'm like, what is that? And it's all over me. I
What are you doing with schmutz on your dice box? Oi, what's up?
schmutz on my dice box.
That's where I keep my hot dogs.
Oi.
Footlongs. Lauren.
Hi, I'm Lauren Urban. I'm the content coordinator for Idle Champions, The Forgotten Realms. That awesome game. You can find me on Twitter as Elbow Lauren. You can find me also in that awesome Dungeon Scrawlers 24-hour marathon. Unfortunately, not in the same game as Jen, because I like playing with Jen, but I will be later on in the day. I'll be at the 2:30 Pacific game with Trevor from Idle Champions and a bunch of other awesome people. So stick around on Saturday and you can watch me there. And then on Sunday, if you haven't gotten enough Extra Life, and hey, I know I haven't because I'm even wearing the shirt. D4 is having their huge Extra Life event on Sunday, November 7th. That's 4 games that are happening over the course of a day. Since Adam isn't here, I'll go ahead and plug his game, which is happening at 7 a.m. Pacific. But, you know, he's a little later in the day, so it's not so bad. So he's doing a musical one-shot with a whole bunch of awesome people, including guest on the show, Omega Jones, the Critical Bard. Yay! And then if you stick around through that, you'll see an actual episode of D4. The BFGs will be back. It's episode 125 at 4 p.m. Pacific, and Orkira will continue to try to help people a year ago.
Good news, you won.
I mean, have we? We'll see. I don't know. I still don't. I haven't left that game yet, so who knows? Who knows how Orkira ends up not being on D4 anymore?
Reminder: there is no winning and losing in Twitter or in Twitter. Couldn't dial that one back. There is no winning and losing in Dungeons and Dragons, except for whether or not you are having fun.
Well, then I've won in both cases because I've been having fun. But you can see me have more fun and doing Extra Life stuff on the Rock Punch ATL Twitter on Sunday.
I'm just saying, Freely's gonna go dig up his cursed sword and dig a little deeper, and if he finds like a sleeping Orkira, I'm just going to freak out, honestly, because that's happened once already. So, yeah, it's true. Plot twist.
It's a whole cycle.
Have you checked to make sure D4 Orkira is not made out of snow? I'm just saying, have you looked? Because I mean, we didn't know, and then we found out. So.
You know what? That's a question you should ask at another time when we are about to play our own game,
Right.
Because I have thoughts.
I'm gonna DM Devin right now. Don't worry about it. Anyway, Megan.
I am super excited about this. I will also be in Party 2 of Idle Champions Presents The Trials of Mount Tiamat, airing this Monday, November 8th at 4 p.m. Pacific on CNE Games' Twitch channel, alongside Hope LaVelle, Jim Zub, Latia, and Sharif, DM'd by none other than our own B. Dave Walters. I am preparing to potentially rip up my first character sheet. We'll see how this goes. Also, you can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Meagan Kenreck.
I'm just saying, Group 2 emerged from an exploding cavern with 3 of them unconscious, and now have to go do a different thing. But it's gonna be fine. I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I watched Party 1 and I am nervous.
To say the least.
You got Penelope, and she's got tons of heals.
That's
Sure.
true.
You're just stopping a god invasion.
It's all-
I
no
wouldn't.
pressure, Penelope. It's all on you, Penelope.
Oh my
It's-
goodness.
You know, that's. I mean,
I'm not saying
It's
it's
gonna
the
be fun.
druid's fault if everyone dies, but
it's I got good news for you. Here's one tiny little hint I will give you. You will be in a forest, and you're a very powerful druid, so
Ooh, bring it on.
you should have a slightly easier way of things than they had. But you know,
The first time we will have had we had Penelope in a forest in the very beginning.
yeah,
avoid the
been a
sad
long
lake.
time.
That's all of my advice.
yeah. Maybe don't get into sad water. That's true.
Avoid sad water at all costs.
That's just good life advice, really. Before we dive into this and I hand it over to Todd, B. Dave Walters, creative director here at Demiplane. I say words about things. You can find me all over the place, including a bunch of the streams that they've already mentioned. So just follow me on the Tweetagrams at B. Dave Walters as I turn it over to Todd to take us in.
I don't even know how to do this. I really don't.
And yet you do it every Tuesday.
Yep.
Doesn't get any easier, I'm here to tell you.
So previously on Heroes of the Plains, everyone decided to scrap with Asmodeus. Someone cast Time Stop, that being Widdle. Tarask fell from the sky. Delayed blast fireball was turned into acid that exploded. Then you sleight of handed the ruby rod off of Asmodeus and pieced out and ran away. Then there were a lot of buffs. Asmodeus, consequentially, because of all these spells and all these buffs, kept on rolling super low. Not at all to the frustration of the dungeon master. Nope.
I'm so
and
sorry.
a whole army of undead was summoned on top of this. So at Tarask, an army of undead that have been wronged by Asmodeus, all attacking his giant serpent form, and then freely just not getting hit. After his hundreds of years in prison, learned how not to get hit by Asmodeus.
As one does.
Laying down the smites with laying the spites.
I cannot believe he literally did not damage me that entire fight.
That's incredible.
Listen, I'll take that as a win because let's face it. If he had hit you or if you had failed one of those, there wouldn't have been damage. There just would have been death.
Yeah. No, I'm a squishy boy. Yes, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I just need the record to show. Like I'm all like,
It was intense. A lot of legendary resistances were burned right through to the very nub, thanks to Alyndra and Penelope Half-Pint. And it was just everyone in harmony fighting the devil. You know how like you do. At the end of time in the graveyard where gods go to die. And not without a significant beating from the Ruby Rod onto Briv. And Briv is taking a long rest, having been the only one actually hit with the rod itself. And the Tarask has been put into a small crystal, I believe. And you see all of these undead. Some of them demons. Some of them celestials that have died. Some of them just regular mortals. All around you, and they all approach slowly in their wraith-like forms. And you see many of the demons dig into the earth and return from whence they came. And you see the glowing hellfire for a moment as they dig into the earth and shrink down with a few key mortals as well. And then you see some of the, Planetars, the celestial angels that have also died at Asmodeus' hand. That we were also summoned by Widdle after making a dark pact. Suddenly shoot up into the air like purple and green fireworks, exploding for a moment and then joining the rest of the stars. And then some of the mortals just step back into the mist, and the fog all around you lifts. And Asmodeus is dead. Boom. What do you do?
Really quiet here now, huh?
Thank you, friends. You may return to your final resting place. Thank you for your help. And I'll probably see you soon.
I would say after Freely finishes burying Asmodeus, he just kind of continues saying the words, just kind of like benedicting all of them as they're leaving.
That's right. What is exactly that you did to Asmodeus as you said goodbye? You all had a moment.
Ceremony.
I think it's worthy reminding it.
I buried him and consecrated him, and I forgave him, because that was the real proof that you never beat me, is that I'm not mad at you. I forgive you.
That's true evil. Yeah, so
you gotta bask in all this peace. Just shove peace down his throat.
You consecrated the very skeleton of Asmodeus himself, and you saw him return to mortal form. No more resurrections this time. And you just hear the wind. Oh, Jen, you're muted.
We sent a message to Belle as well, saying, "You're responsible now. You know the terms of the deal. Abide by it, or the same fate will befall you. Rule with wisdom."
All right, the message is sent.
We'll say Freely looks at Orkira and he's like, "Hey, you know, this means we won, right? Like it was all worth it. Like it's, I'm fine. You're fine. Widdle, we're gonna make Widdle fine. We're gonna make Widdle fine. But it worked." And just reaches out and hugs her.
And she kind of pats his back a little bit and then pauses, doesn't hug him back. Hey, can I ask you a favor?
Anything.
Well, before you say that, when you came back, you asked me to tell you something to prove that this wasn't a trick. And I couldn't because I didn't have that name anymore. And you've been carrying that name for a while. Would you give it back to me?
Dungeon Master, am I aware of his name, or has anything changed now that he has met his final death?
That name is always going to be inside of you unless you transfer it to someone else. And as long as you have that name, you'll never have a long rest.
So here's the thing. I see what you're saying. I see the look in your face, you know. But you've all been my family for a long time. And it's my job to try to protect you. I kind of failed at that. I mean, I fail at it often. But usually when I fail at it, I'm pretty good at fixing things. But I can't fix what happened to you. But I can try to make at least one thing better. And I can at least take that off your heart.
I will say, if we haven't been able to rest freely, even though he doesn't have a mark on him, he clearly looks depleted, which you can tell because I dropped everything on Asmodeus.
I don't think we've had the long rest yet. Like, Orkira still looks like thin and gaunt from the wish. So
Freely, I need a perception check followed by an arcana check.
I'm good at exactly one of those two things. Let's see. Oh, apologies. So happens the dice are still in the bag.
So totally fine.
I'm just so
Alyndra, you do notice that Freely does look sickly. Like his veins are almost black and spidered.
Perception. That is going to be a 21.
Yeah, you also know you feel the weight of that name in your head. And what did you get for Arcana? And Arcana is an advantage for you.
Oh, Arcana's an advantage. Good. I was like, less. Actually, 22. Yeah, I know stuff.
Your time with the God Brain, the Elder Brain, that which exists in Ravenloft, you weren't unaware that it also knew a terrible truth. And it slowly ate it alive. Something very similar is happening to you.
Hey, Orkira. I don't know if you remember this, but you remember back in Rexentrum?
Yeah, what?
You gave everything for us, right? You gave everything for us twice. You don't get to take this one.
I have a solution.
I would certainly like one because my life was taking a very positive turn as he turns and looks at Penelope.
It will take some time, but I could create a simulacrum. You could tell it to my simulacrum.
I mean,
And that would willingly go, taking the knowledge with it.
I'm not the expert. I guess it's worth a shot. I have what might be an unpleasant solution. And I don't even know if it is a solution. Really, more like a story I heard. You know how like nobody remembers the Lady of Pain and what she looks like. Nobody remembers her name. Nobody remembers her face. I've been told the Raven Queen knows, and if the Raven Queen knows the truth about the Lady of Pain and didn't do anything bad with it, maybe she could know the truth about Asmodeus, and she wouldn't do anything bad with that either. Because I think maybe I sent his soul to her. I was trying to send him to Mount Celestia. I don't know how that works either.
I have one other suggestion as well. Since we aren't familiar with the Raven Queen, we don't know the Raven Queen, we're not well acquainted with her, unless someone has had more time with her than I'm aware of. And also, I'm not particularly keen to tangle with the God of Death right now.
I mean, how hard can it be? But to your point, I'd rather not. Yeah.
Hey,
Perhaps we give it to
really,
Belle.
I'm not really sure what's going on with you right now, and these all sound like really great ideas, but do you remember what you saw, if you saw anything, when you came back to life after being in the holding cell with Asmodeus?
Yeah, I figured you and I would talk about that a little later, but yes.
Okay. Good that you remember that. We can talk about it later. I'm a little concerned. But
would you care to share what you're concerned about?
If Freely prefers, we can talk about it in private. But
I mean, we got no secrets now. I've learned my lesson from keeping things to myself. So.
Okay. Well, everyone, I just hope that Freely is not gonna be trapped in Barovia like I will.
And he lets go of Orkira and immediately runs over and grabs Widdle again. And he's like, okay. Orkira doesn't get to trade her soul for mine. You don't get to trade your soul for mine. That we're gonna figure this out. We always figure it out. We find a way.
Yeah, absolutely. But part of finding the way is figuring out what's wrong with you. So, if it's you kind of look a little pale and gray like me.
Well, speaking of pale and gray, look at you. Like you're all cold now.
Well, listen, we know why. There's an explanation. I don't know what you saw, what you think you saw, what happened, but let me see what I can do. And I'll walk over and I would like to examine Freely and try to figure out
also,
anything I can.
Just while she's like looking at me, I'm like, also, while we're putting terrible things on the table, we need to get rid of that scepter too. Don't think I didn't notice that, Dreadlord Widdle. You can't have it.
Penelope, I imagine you're sitting down in my head, Canon, and there is a skull the size of a building, and you're just in one of its ocular cavities, just swinging your legs happily, not knowing where you are.
Pretty much.
Oh, the teeth made it really easy to step up here.
Widdle, we can bring you back if you'd like to come back to how you were before all of the changes as well.
Sorry, did you say Widdle?
Yes.
I love you, Alyndra. I just don't think that's an option at this point.
I mean, we're probably...
It's some of the most powerful magic in the world. It would seem that it would be worth a try if that's what you wanted. If you don't want
anything
it,
is worth
we
a try.
won't. But
Absolutely. I do not want to be trapped in Barovia eternally in repetition for all of time with Rend.
Okay,
If there's a way to get me out of that, and potentially if Freely's doomed for the same fate, I would like him to get that out of that too.
I got an idea. What if we just don't go back to Barovia? And you know, there you go. That problem solved, right? Like that's how hard could that be?
well, considering how we got there the first time, I think it's pretty hard. We're probably going to need to know details about what you agreed to do and all of that. But first, Freely, come here. And I'm going to examine him with all of my extensive
I'm
knowledge.
ticklish. Wait,
You do examine Freely. Yeah, this you experience this yourself for a brief amount of time. Like the knowledge is sickening him. If he doesn't pass this knowledge on onto another entity, or extremely powerful magic is used to erase it from his mind, it will continue to erode the fabric of him.
And is that the only thing that's going on, or is there anything about Widdle's concerns of him being tied to Barovia?
No, and coupled with Alyndra's true sight, you know, this is a disease purely of Asmodeus's making.
Well, I can't find anything Ravenloft on you. It's the
Well, that's
name.
good.
Yeah. If we think this is a solution to get the name somewhere else quickly, then we should probably do that soon. If this is gonna take a while, we might want to bounce it back and forth to try to keep you okay.
No, you cannot have it, Orkira.
I don't want to have it. I just don't want you to be stuck with it. Not when it's my fault that you're stuck with it.
He reaches out and grabs one of her hands with both of his. You don't have to hurt to show us that you care.
Oh.
I appreciate that, but it's not that I don't want this at all. I would rather us have hung out on the plane of ice cream and milkshakes and be all happy and everything. It's hard to see you hurting when I know I could do something to fix it, or at least stop it for a while. But, and she'll squeeze his hand, but neither of us can carry this. If we can figure something else out, I'm all for that.
Would you guys mind if I had a moment with Penelope?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I do crawl up the skull.
You sit in the eye with me.
Sit in the eye next to her.
We just both swing our legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
please, fan art. Just fan art. Two halflings and two eye sockets.
We're in the same eye socket. No, we're in the same eye socket. Yeah.
That's love.
Like that was all really something.
Yeah, that was.
The mammoth thing, that was woo. Yeah, I was afraid the Tarrasque would eat you because you'd look too yummy. But
Yeah, but what about you? You were like, and you were like, I can't get hit.
you know, the last time we did that, like he kind of got up on me a little bit. But this time I was ready for him. I mean, maybe I was showing off for you a little bit though. But you did like that part? Did you see the thing? Right? Okay. Yeah. That whole like, I don't know what was up with that like circle of power. You know what I mean? I just felt like I could just do something different, you know. And then I did my thing, and Orkira did her thing, and it was like, hey, like we're gonna win. That was
Did you have any doubt? I didn't.
And he takes her hand and he's like, I knew with you guys, with you, we get him. So no doubt. But I know we haven't really had a chance to talk about like what's going on. But apparently I'm sick. It's like, I mean, whatever. It's like it's not a problem. I mean, maybe it's a problem, and I'm not quite sure how I could solve it. but I can't let Orkira or anybody else take it. I mean, I know we kind of have like plans now, which is great, and I really don't want to miss that like at all. But I'm not sure what to do.
You could give it to me.
Never.
I knew you'd say that.
It's,
Maybe, DM, would Penelope think that, like, maybe even just temporarily, like a greater restoration could help?
A greater restoration temporarily will absolutely help.
Okay.
it's just like he's gone. I know he's gone, but just some of the stuff he said, it's just still in there. It's like there is a
Really?
piece of him. Yeah.
I know, and you'll have to live with that forever. And I'm sorry, I can't. All we can do is make new memories and make them better, and then maybe it'll push the old memories out.
I gotta tell you, I got a lot of memories I don't want. So, some new memories seem great. Wait, you about to do some like super druid stuff?
Yeah.
All right. Wait,
Orkira.
And even though we are far away, I've been standing next to Widdle and Alyndra with my back to them. She hears Penelope because I hear everything. Yeah, no, we'll talk about the Sharass name later in just a second. Hold on. Yeah?
Okay, hang on freely. And Penelope's gonna jump down and like run over to Orkira and kind of like whisper in her ear and just be like, I need diamond dust. Do you have any?
Yeah. Hold on a second. What do you need? What like why do you need diamond dust? What's going on?
I'm giving Freely a gift and I need the diamond dust.
I thought the thing that you did was like just a diamond. I thought it was no. All right. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. And I will pull out my bag of diamond dust.
Okay. I thank you. I owe you one.
You never do. No, you don't owe me anything.
And she's gonna like scurry back over to Freely and be like, I just she's gonna blow it in his face and cast greater restoration.
Normally I wouldn't like this because it gets everywhere, but you did it, so okay. All right.
There is so much diamond dust in your beard.
It's
Well, you have a beard.
craft herpes.
You have a beard now of diamond
I have
dust.
a beard. Yeah, I'm a glitter beard. Oh, okay.
You'll be finding that in your pockets until next high harvest tide.
Okay. Hey, thanks. Do I feel any better, even temporarily?
You do. I mean, sometimes you hate diamond dust because you know it's coarse. It gets everywhere.
No.
It's true.
It's a wonderful exfoliant, though.
The beginning of the downward path.
You haven't seen Freely's home planet.
It's true. It's a lot of sand. Moisture. I worked on moisture evaporators. I used to hang out at Tashi Station. I will just say, as I get some of this dust out of my eyes, I just say, Penelope, I spent 300 years fighting him to get back to you. If I just have to figure out a way to beat him one more time, I will do it.
I have a question.
I don't like that tone, but okay.
Penelope. Hope, does Penelope truly love Freely?
Let me take my headphones off.
What?
I feel like we all need to leave or something. Are we all?
Does Penelope truly love?
Nope. That's it. Gone.
God. We lost her.
I mean, she wanted diamond dust, but usually people, that was a weird thing. I don't know.
Okay. All right, let's break this down.
Do you need a moment? Should I could.
Penelope.
Yeah. You can send me a message if this has become suddenly awkward and this is a line and veil flag kind of situation.
Penelope is like the essence of innocence. And so she knows she has feelings for Freely that are more than just friendship, but she maybe doesn't fully understand the difference between friendship and love. So it's definitely a yes, she loves Freely, but maybe not in that truly romantic way that maybe Freely, at least not yet. She's still discovering these types of emotions.
She like Freely.
Yeah, I like Freely.
And that is
She'd go to prom with
literally
Freely.
that. I think like is enough. I think like is actually perfect. It's not necessarily love and it's not friendship, but it's like. And that is the missing component. And the name, you had it a second ago, Freely. You don't remember the name anymore. Because someone likes you. And it's not me.
Hey, wait. He looks at her excitedly and he's like, wait, you didn't take it, did you?
I just gave you something in its place.
I think you fixed it. I think you fixed it.
Yeah, of course I fixed it.
It's well, then let me give you something back in return. And he very much just the diamond dust just rub all over her, just like,
It kind of hurts. It's diamond dust. It's abrasive.
Finally took some damage. Yep.
Penelope, your pores look amazing.
You guys, I think she fixed it. I don't remember it.
What? Can we come over now, or is there like still diamond dust stuff happening?
Wait, what
That
did
felt
she
like-
say?
Really said that they think. Yeah, come on, and we'll I'll shepherd everybody on over. What happened?
She
Your
Druid.
skin looks incredible. Both of you.
Oh, yeah, no, she's glowing, isn't she?
Hey,
Oh,
did you do something different?
Penelope, did you take it?
No, I didn't take anything, I swear.
Okay, good. No, that's good.
Okay.
And it's
No,
gone?
she blew the dust on me, and it just, I don't know, I just felt good. I was just looking at her, and then I had to close my eyes so she didn't blind me. And then when I opened my eyes again, and I just felt so happy and warm, and it was just gone.
DM, does Freely look healthier to everyone else right now?
He looks absolutely immediately healthy again. He no longer looks gray or ashen. The veins are no longer black, and the devil himself can't really account for like. It's not something he understands.
That is some
Orkira-
serious exfoliant that you should really just sell that stuff.
I'm
Wow.
so
Orkira
I'm
walks
so
over
relieved.
and hugs. Orkira walks over and hugs Penelope. Thank you.
Widdle
I don't
walks
know how
over
you
and,
do that,
and
but thank
hugs
you.
both Freely and Penelope, and since Orkira's in the mix, also hugs Orkira.
No, Alyndra, get in here. My arms aren't very long. Alyndra, you get in here.
And Alyndra.
So there's 2 tall people and 3 short hugs.
Mhm. Low center of gravity.
We've
Yep.
made it work before, so it'll be fine.
Briv is
I'll tell
sleeping.
Briv about the hug.
No.
We'll
Briv,
tell him he was
Briv,
part of the hug
Briv.
later.
Briv, come hug. He's acting like he doesn't hear us. He hears us. He wants a hug. You guys,
I just not want a hug.
you guys, so this was a day, and I'd like to sleep, but are we better off sleeping in the plane of instant and eternal death or not here?
Okay, so here's the thing. I've been thinking about that too. I've been thinking about a lot of things because I'm too tired to move. We can't go back to Storm Herald yet until we figure out. And Orkira looks over at Widdle until we figure out how to make it safe for you.
You know what? We can actually go back to Storm Herald anytime you want. I'd probably just hang out on the side on my little vampire hammock and cast Mislead, to hang out with the group.
That seems
As I said, I think I can help with this.
I'm all ears.
Dungeon Master, I posed a question too while they discuss this here. In our okay. Right.
I have that scroll of true resurrection.
Well, that's kind of the long-term solution, right? Because I was thinking as a short-term solution. I mean, with a dragon god, he can't be that powerful. I can probably overwrite his spell and take away certain restrictions so that you can, hang out on Storm Herald again. And that gives us time to figure out whether the true resurrection will get you out of your deal or not.
May I think about this? We know that true resurrection is not something that is normally available for wizards. This is magics of the first world. So that for that reason, that was my inclination of why it might work.
Right.
Go
ahead and give me an Arcana check with extreme advantage. I don't know what that means.
triple advantage. Triple advantage.
Elven accuracy advantage, kind of.
I have Elven accuracy now.
I mean, I'll allow it. I mean, more. It's like you spent.
So do you want me to roll four times, 3 times?
I'm going. Let's do three, and let's see what the top number is. I'm all
30.
for Elven accuracy working for knowledge. Actually, that would be amazing.
Sorry, just one last question in the side thing there, Dungeon Master. Okay. Apologies. Need to clarify something before I pull hijinks.
That's a first.
Excuse me, I message all the time when before I pull hijinks. Usually 50% of the time I do it every time.
I mean, when have I ever said no? So we've burned the world down. I do remember a direct message from a Hope LaVelle once. Will this ruin your entire show? No.
Yep.
Let's reset the clock by 5 years.
What's gonna happen if I unleash an evil goddess? Yeah. I will say. Well, I resolve this roll here. Sorry.
What was your highest?
It was a 30.
You do know, especially with now your recent hijinks, in particular with the Norns, with Asmodeus, and the nature of the dark powers, that even if true resurrection was cast, the deal is a deal, and that is not something that's going to be easily solved by any magics. Especially considering what she got out of it in the just the scales of the multiverse, to have gotten and to have brought back freely, to have gone an army of undead and made a deal with the dark powers. The dark powers don't not push back. Even gods are a little bit afraid of the dark powers, since they even contain one. So Widdle's solution to this particular problem may not be something that can be solved immediately. It may not be solved for hundreds of years. She made a deal with something extremely powerful.
So what do you think, Alyndra? You think this is something that we can tell me of?
We could lock you away somewhere so they couldn't find you, where you would be protected. But that's the only thing I can think of. This won't work. You made a choice, and there are consequences of choice.
I know. Thank you for trying. I honestly don't even really know who the dark powers are. Even gods are intimidated by the dark powers, and all that matters to me is that you're all safe, freely made it out of the holding cell alive. And when I get to Barovia, I got plans. I'm going to help the people of Barovia. I'm going to figure out a way to come back and visit you all and freely and hope. I love whatever is happening right now. And I appreciate you so much.
Hope? What are you hoping for?
Penelope.
No, I hope for a lot. No, she fills my heart with hope all the time.
She fills my heart with hope too.
You could just call Penelope Hope. It's like
in fact,
she embodies
we could
really.
nickname Penelope Hope.
It is the halfling word for hope.
It is true.
It's probably everyone's word for hope at this point.
Yep.
Interchangeable.
Yeah. Oh, man, I
Penelope,
almost
that
lost
you have a
Penelope.
wonderful day.
Accurate. Let's get that shirt made, Demiplane.
Yep. That's merch. That's merch.
That's merch. All right. And you're capable of getting a long rest. Depends where you want it. Do you want it amongst a ocean of skulls?
Can I mean, I can just create a place for us to stay.
It's true.
That's something people would like.
You
Also,
do know
we
the
could go
last
to
time-
Averin and Sophia's.
The last time you were here, you do know that the one way out was the stairway, the endless stairway was the way out and in previously.
You mean we can't just plane shift out of here? I mean, the last time we were here, there was a lot going on, and ironically enough, it seems like every time we're here, Briv ends up being unconscious for some of it. But like, can't we just plane shift out of here? I can go try to make it so Storm Herald isn't going to
We
hurt
also have a
Widdle.
cubic gate. We have several options. But
You do know by your collective arcana and stuff like that, especially this being the place where the Lady of Pain shoves people. You would have to use the endless stair. You do know the location of the endless stair, so you are certainly capable of getting out of this particular plane, but getting in and out is rather difficult.
You guys, if I realize this is apocalyptically dangerous here, but if we could just sleep here, because I just have a bad feeling that the moment we get out of here, there's still demons loose and all sort of terrible things. At least we'll come out rested.
I agree.
All right, is everyone
then
taking
I
a
will
long rest?
cast an accommodating abode, and we can take a rest.
Alright.
Before we take a rest, sorry, what's up?
No, say what you were going to say.
Well, I'm gonna go do a thing. Orkira, as you're casting the accommodating abode, is gonna step around the giant skull to get a little bit of privacy. Because the last time, so I'm assuming because the last time we were here, also she got cut off from the Phoenix. She couldn't, and so it's the same thing now.
Yes.
And there's been other things going on that have kept her mind off of that emptiness, but it's starting to creep back. I want to try to cast sending to. Or I guess, can I try to pray and contact them, or do I need to like cast ascending or commune or something?
You can certainly attempt commune or ascending. What do you want? What do you want to impart? You are more intimately connected to the Phoenix now at this point.
Well, she'll try to cast sending because commune will just get her yes or no stuff, but she has a. So yeah, she'll sit and cast it. I just wanted to let you know we're all okay. And I think I need to learn how to transform when I'm not angry. And she'll wait and hope for a response.
I'm glad you are okay. I never transform when I'm angry. I can't transform into anything. You will find your time where anger will not be what changes you.
All right, that was not what I was expecting, but okay, all right. Any room in the hut for me?
Always.
Okay. And then DM, I've sent you a message. It was my turn. I wanted to send you a message, so
I want to send a message too.
I had a question.
all
Sent you a private message.
Friendship.
And we all just wait. And now we just wait because I had to talk with my god, and now I got to talk with my DM, and they're basically the same thing.
I disagree. I am at your service, but what? oh, sorry. I just read that as DJ. I'm like,
Oh,
some sweet DJing.
I mean, Orkira does spin some jams. All right, she's gonna curl up in the tiny hut.
You
Still
curl up in the
exhausted.
tiny hut. All right. Anyone else doing anything? How does everyone like to do their rests, by the way, at the end of time?
Upside down.
Are there
Um,
hooks in the accommodating abode?
I forget
If-
with the
if you-
accommodating abode. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, are we able to come and go from this, or we can only come and go if you
Yeah,
open the door?
everyone can come and go except for me, and unless no enemies are permitted within.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, it's an upgraded tiny hut. I think normally Orkira can sleep anywhere. Normally Orkira is like, put my head on the ground, done, gone, drooling. But we are in a weird place. It's been a bad 2 days. She is still not in a right frame of mind, and there's a part of her that's missing at the moment because she can't feel her god. So I think she lays down and is like, all right, everybody, have a good night. And then she just like stares out into the endless wastes for hours, just looking at all of the skeletons.
I mean, it is an awe-inspiring moment. It is looking at something incredibly bigger than you, and it is not entirely sad. Some of these creatures were sent here by the Lady of Pain, and they kind of bear the scars and the marks of creatures that died of despair and anger. Some were gods that were ready to maybe step into another world, or maybe were ready to move on. All right, you all get a long rest. Does anyone else? Finger. Sorry.
Yes, at some point in the night, I slide out of the accommodating abode, and
okay,
I make my way over to Sophia's tree.
Okay, you leave the accommodating abode.
So I thought we were really far from that, which is why we weren't staying there that night. Are we close by?
Freely can make the journey. Absolutely.
Okay. I would see you leave because I trance. I don't sleep, so I am aware. I would check in with you, send you a message.
Okay.
Where are you going?
I'm just gonna go stretch my legs out. I wanna go visit the tree.
All right. Just, let us know if you need help.
I know you don't miss much, Alyndra, and you have never missed when I needed help. Are you okay? This was all.
It was what it was.
Because I know how you feel about the wish thing. And yeah, okay, it cost Orkira and it cost me, but hey, it cost Asmodeus too, but we won.
That spell is a horrible spell. It should not exist. It has killed people every single time it has been used.
You know, I get the distinct impression that I won't be doing it again myself anymore, and I feel like Orkira felt the same, but I gotta tell you, I'd have cast 100 wishes if it got us to this moment.
And it probably would have killed 100 people. And their blood would have been on your hands. And I refused to do that. I refused to have that be the case. I hoped that I could figure it out. I hoped I could solve what it needed to work. To do the thing that you ask it to do. To channel the magic. But I couldn't.
You, better than anybody, should know no one mind can direct the weave. Only Mystra can do that, I think. I don't know. You've explained this to me, and I still don't understand it. I just do things, but I do feel like I got that part of it right. No mortal mind can ultimately master the weave. We just try. And sometimes it costs. It always costs.
But Ogma tells us that if we learn from our experiences, there's wisdom in that. and to use the knowledge that we have.
Then I'll make a deal with you.
No more deals for you.
No, Widdle's the deal maker. No. All right. The next time there's a demonic invasion, that there's an assault on the plains, and that Asmodeus is loose, and we have to find a way to trap him, and the only way we can do it with is a wish spell, we'll let you be the one to cast it.
Gee, thanks. Every part of that is so reassuring.
You want to know the reason why I grabbed the ring?
If you'd like to tell me.
Because I knew no matter what happened, you'd find a way to beat yourself up about it. You are one of the greatest heroes who's ever lived, Alyndra. Your name will live for all time, and little scholars will grow up reading your writings and wanting to be just like you. But you need to know that too.
I don't want to be a legend.
Too late. Too late. I'm gonna go before they wake up, but if you don't want to be a legend, maybe decide what you do want to be.
I just wanted to share the stories of people. My name wasn't important in that.
I am here to tell you, as he's opening the door, that is just not true, my friend. And steps out of the accommodating abode.
All right, you begin your journey. You traverse several hills, and time moves differently here, given that there is no time. So it's almost like will alone moves you. You pass by the same sword that you so long ago reached out to and grabbed and took with you to Rexentrum. And you arrive. You see on the hill a large ash tree with red leaves, and you see the tunnel underneath it. And there are leaves all over the hill. I guess it's fall at the time of the end.
I go down into it, and I produce just like a small cake that I think she would like. I've had that thing in a bag of holding since Port Argent, but there's no air in there, so I'm pretty sure it's still good. But I don't even know if you can eat it. You're a tree. Hey, Sophias. I don't know if you can hear me.
Really. And you see the treat melt into the roots of the tree. Thank you, my friend. You've returned. You're a hero. You and your friends.
Oh, you saw all that, huh? Like that was,
Yes.
I mean, yeah. That you remember Widdle? Widdle did the Tarask. Like that was like.
Widdle never ceases to amuse me.
Hey, you know, I knew a long time ago that this is where you end up, and I got to tell you, I did a lot because I didn't think this was a good thing. But are you happy here? Is this what you want?
This is my final resting place. There is nothing more than what I could want for my beloved Ivern and I at the end of our lives, to rest here within this tree, around his ribcage and his heart, at the end of time, for all gods and all things. Freely, what is it that you seek?
Well, it just seemed a shame to come all this way and not just say hi to an old friend. He says, both looking at you and looking down at the ground when you imply that Averin is somewhere down in your roots. Like, but I do have a question. I don't want anything. I brought you some cake. I know you liked those. And I just
It was delicious. Thank you.
but I really tried hard to save you from this, and apparently it's not so bad. And now Widdle seems like we're gonna try real hard to save her too. But maybe it won't be so bad.
Time is a circle. And at the end of time, all is reborn. This is not the end for Widdle. This is not the end for anyone. This is where she will go. This is where she will come from.
Then can I just ask you, when he reaches down and touches the ground thinking Averin is down in there, can I ask the two of you for just one small favor?
What is it?
In Dungeon Master, I would like the scene to fade out, as I will resolve in private what it is I request.
At that moment, when you put your hand on the ground, all the dirt and dust moves away in a 7 foot by 7 foot pattern. And at first, it's horrifying to you. Initially, you see two skeletons, and they are just holding each other, wrapped around with roots, tied together, sleeping. And you think you even see the rib cages moving up and down, as if they're breathing.
Yeah, this isn't so bad. I think it may be time for maybe some of us to start looking for our happily ever after too. I think a couple tears fall on their bodies. I miss you guys.
We miss you too. I'm sure we will see you soon.
Yeah, I mean, for you, I just left. For me, it's been years, centuries, honestly. So who knows when I'll be back? But if you see me again, please remind me not to grab the black sword.
Will do, my friend. It was nice seeing you again. I will say hello to Avon for you.
Yeah, please do, and I'll pass your love to the team.
Please do.
We gotta go, save reality again. So you guys enjoy retirement. You earned it.
Thank you, freely.
And having resolved my side question, he is going to leave.
All right, you return. Whew.
You see a little root pop out of the ground, imitating a purple worm, just to mess with Freely. And as soon as he sees it, it disappears.
Just but
you see a little leaf fall down that looks like a wink and a smile.
You win this time, Sophias. You win this time.
Somewhere up in that tree is a little gnome squiddling, and a little tear rolls down its black eye, and it wipes it away with the tentacle.
Hey, if I finish Sir Bisquilot here, he will be dead.
Roll initiative. That's the final boss battle.
Exactly. Oh, that's what I'm going to spend centuries doing, finishing Sir Bisquilot. Yeah. No. And
Damn.
he makes his way back. Yep.
All right, you'll make your way back. And you all get a long rest.
Penelope, in the morning when you wake up, Orkira is sitting in front of you. Like crisscross applesauce waiting for you to wake up.
Was I talking in my sleep again?
Yeah, but you were speaking in halfling and I don't understand that, so you're okay.
Okay.
Hey, you know, you did a thing to Freely yesterday with the diamond dust, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're really good at that. Would you do that to me?
I mean, I can try. I got a little confession to make. I don't know what I did.
Well, I figured you were casting a spell that needed diamond dust, right?
Yeah, but I feel like there was something more to it this time, and I don't know. I just kind of felt it.
Okay, well, I don't know what you felt, but you did a really good job, and so you're really good at that. So I need to carry Briv out of here, and I can't. So would you try?
Do you have any more diamond dust?
Well, I didn't get it back from you. You still have the entire bag.
Okay.
You don't have to whisper. Everybody else is still sleeping.
Okay.
Unless you really want to whisper.
Whispering's my favorite.
Okay.
And she'll pull out the bag and
Okay, ready?
cast Greater Restoration.
And Orkira is going to very intentionally take a nice deep whiff of the diamond dust, and because you cast Greater Restoration, that's going to remove any reduction to one of the target's ability scores, which in this case is the strength issue that I've been having for the last couple of days. So you watch as Orkira actually shakes, and she looked thin and gaunt this whole time, and suddenly she looks fine. Like it washes over her and looks back up at you and says, "Thanks. I've been kind of failing at that, but I saw that you did a really good job. So now I think I can carry Briv."
And Penelope will grab Orkira's hand before she leaves and just say,
Orkira, don't be sad anymore, okay?
I'm trying not to be, but for you, I'll try. I really will.
Okay. I'll do whatever I can to make you happy, I promise.
Just you being around makes me happy.
Okay. But what about me being around and doing a dance? Jazz
What?
hands.
Well, the jazz hands help a lot. Yeah. Here, why don't you go ahead and dance on top of Briv's stomach, and maybe you'll wake him up and I don't have to carry him.
Okay.
No, I've never read Test Love.
All right. I got it from here, but thanks for trying. And yeah, I will.
Alyndra's
find
been
Widdle-
sitting there with her eyes open the whole time, watching this whole thing unfold. and she says, I can create a floating disc for you. You don't have to carry Briv.
I appreciate the offer, but I think I'll feel better if I do.
Okay.
I'll grab him and sling him over my shoulder. Fireman's carry.
Yeah, and he's not sick. He is like really sleepy. He
Oh,
went
well,
toe
then
to-
I will carry him like a baby.
Okay.
Swaddled.
Yeah,
I'm sure he will appreciate that.
Yeah, he went toe to toe with Asmodeus and got hit by the ruby rod multiple times, and then it almost leveled him in one round. So yeah, he's taken a well-deserved nap. He's not sick. He's not forever or anything. He's just he had a day, so he's having a little bit of a nappy nap.
That's okay, because I'm feeling suddenly like I have some of my strength back thanks to Penelope, and so I'm gonna use that and feel better about myself.
Freely, you do remember the last time being here. You know where you all do. You know where the entrance to the endless stair is, and though it was dangerous the first time for all of you, you suspect maybe this will be a bit easier to
Well,
traverse.
we are substantially stronger now, although we still have not addressed the other flump in the room. What are we going to do with the ruby rod?
I mean,
that's a pretty good question. So I've been thinking about that freely. So the ruby rod is in a Demiplane right now. What do you say about me maybe putting it in Mount Celestia?
I think they'd love to have it there. Yeah.
Because, I mean, if Asmodeus can't go to Mount Celestia, right? And if he does, he gets really hurt if he comes back.
Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm more like hurled him at the gate. I don't know if they opened it for him or not, really. But I mean, it seems like it would be the most safe and secure there. Yes.
I'm a little rusty on my terminology, but like, if the ruby rod if Mount Celestia will not come to the ruby rod, the ruby rod must.
See, again, I told you, I'm not mad at him. I'm even going to help him out. He wanted in. We'll take the ruby rod in, buddy. It's fine.
We also have a sphere of annihilation in case he had some sort of fallback plan built into that.
Annihilation would be nice.
What if we bring the ruby rod to Mount Celestia and then we put the sphere of annihilation right in front of it? So if he ever feels compelled to come back and get the ruby rod.
No, I do think if we can
we push him into the sphere of annihilation.
No,
we just push him into the sphere of annihilation.
That would require us perpetually sitting at Mount Celestia.
I agree.
We should have just pushed him into the sphere of annihilation the first time, and then none of this would have all happened. Nobody would have been tortured for years. There would have been any wishes. I should have just done the push. I should have even told you about any of the ideas. I would have just pushed.
But that time he had the ruby rod on him.
I spent a great deal of time grappling with him. It would not have worked. I agree with Alyndra. She is absolutely right. Let's put the ruby rod in the sphere of annihilation. Although, I don't know if it's better to do it here where death is ultra permanent in case it explodes.
We have to go back to Sigil for it.
We should not do it on Sigil, though. You saw how
that's
much
where
damage
the sphere is, though. So
no, you saw how much damage that tiny slice did when it went off. Like, what if we blew up Sigil?
And also, did you see how mad the Lady of Pain was at us? I mean, she wasn't expecting her ex to show up, right? And then she exiled him. It's kind of awkward now. So we probably shouldn't inconvenience her any more than we already have.
I put my chips back to go to Mount Celestia.
We have to go back to Sigil to go to Storm Herald, unless we're finally giving up on Storm Herald for good.
No, why now? No, I mean, again, I've got some questions about whether or not Widdle can set foot aboard again. But yeah, other than that, no, I think we're good.
I'm gonna try to rehollow it so that Widdle can be on there.
Widdle slaps the back of Freely's back and kind of glances at Penelope. I've got potential plans for Storm Herald. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. What are we gonna do with this ruby rod? And you see the cloud of the Demiplane sort of appear maybe 10 to 15 feet away from us.
Well, can't we just leave it in there for now?
Yeah, I mean, for the time being, it's probably safe. I mean, we could just ask the Lady of Pain if she wants us to put it in the sphere of annihilation. I mean, I know she got a little angry last time, but she was really helping us. We literally could not have done this without her. And I checked, do Penelope and I still have our marks?
You do. I still have your marks. I will. Alyndra, can you give me an Arcana check, if you'd be so kind? This is your. You've seen a lot of things explode.
26.
Perfect. So, good news, bad news situation.
The sphere absorbs all of that, though, doesn't it? It makes things turn into nothingness.
It does. It will. Absolutely, you are on to something. Sticking the sphere of annihilation will be a bit like crossing the streams in that it will absorb it, but it will also be like a nuclear blast. So you should just do it somewhere where there isn't a population. But it is the ruby rod, and it is literally made out of the heart of Tharizdun. I always mess it up.
Tharizdun.
Thank you. Well, I always heard it Den, but Dune makes sense for the spelling. But yeah, it's a fragment of his heart, the chained one. So good to annihilate it. Good to annihilate it on a world that doesn't have necessarily a sentient population.
Well, in order to move the sphere, we're going to need a control mechanism, which means going back to Rexentrum.
I
What?
believe you can move the sphere without the talisman. It's just you have advantage with the talisman.
Okay.
I am not going back to Rexentrum, man. Yeah, no. Well,
That's the place. That's your hard line.
yes. I won't even like go to rave. Like Hooperdook had the best hot dogs I've ever eaten, and it is too close to Rexentrum to go back to. Nothing good happened there. I got blown up on a boat, or Kira got turned into a Snorkira. just all bad. But yeah, I think we should, when we get to the stairs, like we did last time, we tied ropes to bind each other, and just went for it. So yeah.
When we get to this, so you lead us to the door? Okay. When we get to the stairs, you start pulling out rope, and as soon as we open the door and cross that threshold, I feel my god again, don't I?
Immediately.
Screw all of this. I'm not doing this crap again. And I would like to cast plane shift, and I would like to plane shift us to Mount Celestia.
Works for me.
You plane shift. Where in Mount Celestia are you plane shifting specifically? Outside of it? On Storm Herald?
Well, no. So Storm
Herald's in
Sigil. Before we were outside the gates of Mount Celestia. We can jump in, but previously that is where we were.
Yeah, so I will plane shift us there, as that's where I most remember. So yeah, Freely's grabbing rope, and I just grab hands, and I'm like, I'm just finally gonna make something easy, and we're gonna go over there.
Okay.
Hey!
You teleport into Mount Celestia, and woo! It's bright, Widdle. Super bright. Kind of uncomfortable. Yeah, the blood tears are welling up, and the fangs are popping out a little bit. This isn't your favorite place. It's not actual sunlight, but it's uncomfortable.
I've heard people say that this is like a great vacation destination, but is anyone else in extreme pain?
Listen, Widdle, we're gonna go take care of something else. Freely, go ask your friends about the ruby rod, and we'll be back. And I'm gonna grab Widdle, and I'm going to word or recall us to Storm Herald.
Wait, but she's got the ruby rod.
Boom!
Orkira's done with this. She's like,
wait.
And for those at home, Mount Celestia is uncomfortable for Will in the way that Best Buy is uncomfortable for me. That's how bright it is.
Or Target.
Yeah, or Target. Damn it, Target.
Fluorescent
Scale
lighting.
it down.
Just thinking about it is making my eyes water.
Yeah. Look what I bought. I couldn't see anything, but I think it's expensive.
That's why you buy so much, because you can't see
That is
it.
why.
So the two of us go to Storm Herald. We end up in the control room with Storm Herald. I'm like, I'm sorry, I had to do something, but let me.
This is not more comfortable for me.
Immediately the smoke.
I have a plan. When she says that, I put both my hands on the ground, and I'm going to cast Hollow. And Hollow lets me decide who is allowed and who can't enter the area. And I will do all of the same stuff, but I will allow undead.
Wow, we have come full circle with Orkira. That is growth.
That's growth.
Okay?
That's growth. Yep, that's growth.
Am I okay?
It's not growth as much as she is just like frustrated with herself and her inability to help anyone. So she's just taken charge.
Typically, Hallow does take 24 hours. However, you are making an adjustment to, right? Yeah, Hallow?
Oh, crap.
No, however, for the rule of cool and the fact that otherwise a member of the cast is going to explode into flames. Who is smoking? It's taking
Maybe
longer
you should
than
have thought of that before making deals.
No, that's my fault, but we'll make this really fast, and I will cast Divine Intervention to do it immediately.
Oh, okay.
It's a quick and dirty Hallow hack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
but I have to overwrite Bahamut.
Right.
And so, I'm gonna.
It's Hallowish.
I am a 20th level cleric of the Phoenix. We land on Storm Herald, and I contact my god, and I'm like,
Okay.
"You're way stronger than a dragon god. Can we just make this okay for Widdle?"
How dare you?
Hey, like,
Bring it
I'm just
on.
gonna. Sorry to interrupt. I'm just gonna run to the side of the cliff. I gotta get some fresh air. And Will just
Do what you gotta do,
disappears.
but we're gonna have this done.
Just smoke.
She reaches the cliffside.
And when you reach the cliffside, you look back, and from the control center, there is flames extending outward as my god has to answer my divine intervention at level 20. And the hollow is swept away from Bahamut because no, not anymore. And now Storm Herald, and it washes over you, and your pain goes away because Storm Herald is no longer affecting undead creatures.
You immediately start healing, Will, no longer being affected by the Hallow spell, even though you are a crispy tater tot, and I mean like in the way that guy from Blade was, who wanted to be a naughty vampire god, that crispy.
Orkira, do you have any aloe vera? I got some really bad sunburn.
Aloe vera.
Wait, I got something better. And I reach into my
Aloe
bag and I
vera.
pull out my alchemy jug and I go, mayonnaise, here you
Damn
go.
it. No.
No,
Take
it's
it.
great. And I scoop out a big handful. I'm like, show me where you're burned. Come on. I got you.
Everywhere.
Just start all over the burn. You're going to heal fast, so this will be fine. This will just help. And then we can get Alyndra to prestidigitate you later.
I didn't know that Dragonborn rubbing mayonnaise on a vampire gnome was my line, but
There it is. We found it. Yeah, we found it. We found it together.
I think we found a line. That's disgusting. So is mayo. So is anyone plowing ahead.
That's what Orkira's been doing. She's been plowing ahead. So here we are.
You rub mayo all over Widdle's vampiric body.
And then in the telepathic bond, as I am doing all of this, I've let Alyndra know what we have done. Yeah, just find out if the ruby rod is going to be okay in Mount Celestia or whatever they want to do.
You're on a different plane than us, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
You know what? I'm allowing it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
You're allowing the demiplane to exist still
No,
on
the
Celestia?
The telepathic bond.
Communication
group
to
chat.
Yeah. You've gone viral.
Sorry, I've been inspired by Freely. Tell him. No, you know what? Don't tell him I'm sorry because I'm not. Which I say in the group chat that he can hear.
Orkira, thank you for the mayonnaise.
You smell great.
Ugh.
To whomst?
Well, at the moment, it's just me.
I have an answer for that, but I'm not saying it.
Yeah, tangy. Great.
Folks that don't like spice. Okay. You are now healed. You are still a vampire, and you can exist on Storm Herald.
So I have no problem with hallowing this place, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to drive it. Can you drive us back to Mount Celestia?
Oh, yeah. And Widdle releases the parking brake and puts her hand on the rune for Mount Celestia and hops us off to where we need to go.
Presumably, I guess my interaction is before they get here in case I need to hard wave them off.
Yeah. So what are you doing?
When I get there, I'm like, couple questions. Hi, back again. Believe we won the war for reality. That's cool. Gonna go round up some demons. Yeah, you guys don't worry. I mean, we could use a hand because they outnumbered us 40,000 to 1. But we got it. Asmodeus took care of him. Here's the thing. We got the ruby rod, and we need to deposit it somewhere safe or destroy it utterly. And we just wanted to check in with how you guys are feeling about that.
You're outside the gates of Mount Celestia, and you see 3 flying fortresses, like daggers in the sky.
Hey.
And do you remember these, Hope? Penelope.
I don't know. That's what
these
that word
are
means.
from Avernus.
Oh.
And these bear the markings of Zariel.
Oh.
Oh, this good for us or bad for us? This is bad for us.
This is bad for everybody.
There is currently no battle happening, and these seem to be in a holding pattern around Mount Celestia.
Well, so here's the thing. We've returned Avernus to its standard order. The only difference was Asmodeus, who was in charge of everything. There was a dispute between Bel and Zariel over ruling Avernus. However, the 9 hells are now ruled by Bel, so that dispute has ended. So Zariel is remaining in her rightful place as ruler of Avernus. We've sorted this. Things are back in a state of stasis. Right?
I turn and look at Penelope, and I'm like, you know, I know this was implied, but I don't know that I really just like said this out loud. And we might be about to have another apocalyptic battle at the gates of heaven. And so he literally drops down to one knee. He's like, Penelope Half-Pint, I might not live the next 15, 20 minutes, but if I do, I would like to spend the rest of whatever time I have left in this world with you. Would you do me the honor of being my wife?
Okay, hang on. Sorry, Hope's a little flustered.
She's like,
Penelope Penelope looks at Freely and looks around, and she just looks at him and says,
Really? You're my best friend. And nothing would make me happier. Yes.
okay, all right, okay. Woo! Okay, Alyndra, you saw that? You saw that? Okay, so all we gotta do.
That.
All we gotta do is knock some flying fortresses out of the sky, and it's game on. Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
let's do it.
Yes, Alyndra, you were gonna say, because we're about, you know what we're about
I was
to do.
going to offer to marry you, but that's a
you know,
thing
well,
for another time. I suppose.
yeah, we gotta do some wedding prep, because I was gonna say like we could do it here in Celestia. We could do the plane of ice cream and milkshakes, but that's been kind of 50-50. Anywhere you want, but gotta go win another war apparently. So at this point, I think I would cast Sending to Orkira.
Or is this the point where we arrive? Because
Freely, you feel a hand on your shoulder before you see him.
Is good for me or bad for me?
And that kindly old man with gray hair and an infectious grin with dark skin. There will be no war here.
Do I know this man?
What kind of a good sense do you have of things as Freely? Do you feel like you're connected to the weave?
He has an innate sense of right and wrong and good and bad. He just knows when something is good and when something is bad. That he understands. He doesn't know why magic works, but he's like, that thing has got to go. That is one thing he's clear on.
You see this very kindly, warm presence.
Do I
Clearly
recognize him?
good. Touch your arm. Alyndra doesn't right away. You know that this is a celestial for sure.
Mm-hmm. Technically, my divine sense is celestial, so I should have I know what a celestial feels like.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a celestial.
Mm-hmm.
Freely, there's no war here.
I mean, no war because we won, right? Because I mean, like, if you guys are in trouble, if they're like occupying, like, we'll clean them out. Like, I mean, we got this. Like, yeah.
You see this man? He's 7 feet tall, holding a staff. He has a single piece of clothing draped across his entire body, almost like a one piece kind of robe. And you see his face, and it's so kind. And it's like you all have seen this face before, ultimately. We are, I think, negotiating. There's no war here.
Would having access to the ruby rod help or not help?
Freely. Just leans in. Son. Little bit quieter.
I'm not known for my subtlety. I'm son.
I know. I know.
But I very much, I kind of like claw at the rope a little bit to pull him down. I'm like, they're literally on the way to bring it here right now. So if I should tell them not to, I need to say it right now.
Or get into the city and we'll talk. And you realize freely at this moment, this is Bahamut.
I'm like, I really don't know what the...
Somewhere in a different plane of existence, this is the moment that Orkira is talking shit about a dragon god. Right.
Right. Literally at this exact second.
Right at this moment.
Yep.
I will just say...
Freely.
This is... Yes.
I am your father. But in a good way.
So is the response then yes?
Yes, I knew it. I will say this is when the sending goes
and
off
your arm
to
grows
Orkira.
back. No.
I'm like, no, I was used to the other one. Oh, okay. All right, no. But
No.
This is when the sending goes off to Orkira.
Perfect.
Hey, don't freak out.
Oh, that's never good. Oh, it's never good. Oh, I just reach out and I touch Widdle's shoulder. She's getting ready to leap us there. I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to freak out now.
Oh no. What's really doing now?
Don't bring the rod here. Met my dad. Penelope said yes.
Apparently, Penelope said yes to Freely's dad about something. I'm not supposed to bring the rod there, though.
Deactivating jump.
And you teleport to Mount Celestial.
No!
Well, we don't
and
have.
you see through like one of the portholes, Orkira being a dragonborn of God. You're mid-sentence talking shit about Bahamut.
No, that was earlier. That was happening when they were talking, but when we jumped,
you see Freely just super happy, almost in a prom photo with his dad.
Now, this is literally the best roughly 4 minutes of Freely's whole entire life here. Penelope said yes, dad is here, dad is Bahamut. This is we're just across the board. I'm like, yeah.
I will. My.
Wait.
I'm
Does
still
that make
holding.
me a dragonborn too? No, but
That's not really how that works.
No.
Not anymore, anyway.
I can turn you into a dragonborn.
Orkira and Freely kind of hear Storm Herald skip a gear because Widdle was very much trying to prevent jumping, but you hear mechanical pieces grinding, and
yeah,
yet
you go from first to fifth.
Yeah, no. They all say I'm such a bad driver. Think about that.
Well, so just leave the thing in that demiplane, right?
Yeah, Storm Herald turns into a whale, a bunch of daisies, and then a screwdriver, and then turns into Storm Herald.
Oh no, not again.
I guess theoretically, back on this plane of reality, the psychic link should kick in, and the first thing you hear is Freely just like, "Oh my god, I told you not to come back with it. No, don't do that. No, oh no, this is not good. Leave it in the plane. Leave it in the plane. Leave it in the plane."
I tried to stop it, and I couldn't stop it. You hear the gears? You know I wouldn't do that.
I know. Oh yeah, no, she's you skipped one there. You can
look at the smoke. This is gonna take weeks to repair.
When he says get inside the city, does that mean? Do I have any comprehension of what that means about get inside the city?
I mean, if you got the ruby rod, get in the city. There's literally a negotiation between heaven and hell right now. This is a bad time to introduce the ruby rod. But Freely, not being a halfling of knowledge, I don't know that you would necessarily know the underlying tension that is happening right now, which is equivalent of the multiverses in World War II.
He truly has no comprehension of whether or not it's good for us or bad for us. So in the telepathic bond, I'm like, okay, so apparently they're negotiating right now. which if they're negotiating, that means things went bad here in Mount Celestia.
No, that's not true. They're negotiating a peace treaty, it sounds like.
Oh.
So we should not interfere if this is
No?
going well. No.
Oh.
No, let the experts do their jobs.
I mean, isn't that us though?
Not a negotiation, no.
Oh.
I mean, maybe Alyndra, but not
This
me.
is a lot of
I was gonna
talking
say-
and not a lot of fighting. The
I mean,
goal
I
is to
always
stop
listen to-
fighting.
I listen to
so-
Penelope when she talks. Her name literally means hope. Like, who can say no to that?
I never typically spy on my children, so I apologize for the interruption
No,
right
this
now.
is great.
I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm
Alyndra,
Freely's
who's that?
dad.
Would you add it to the call?
This is my dad. Like, I mean, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, hi, Freely's dad.
Hi, I am Batman.
I'm still holding on to Widdle's shoulder, and Widdle, you feel me tense, just a bit. But then in the psychic link, you hear me say, "Oh, that's nice."
Yes, oh, by the way, Orkira. I forgive you.
Yeah, listen, you're not my dad or my god, so don't be doing that.
It's going to be awkward now.
No, Kira, don't make it weird in front of Bob.
I'm trying not to. I was trying to be all happy, and then he had to go ahead and forgive me in the psychic
And he
link.
forgave you.
He
And
forgave
that's
you.
wonderful. He's
Yay,
Freely's
yay,
father.
it's forgiveness. Yay. I don't know what you did, but he forgave you. Okay, yay.
Don't need
I
forgiveness
mean-
Let's be
from him, but
Our friend's father.
Someone's not getting cobbler. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean,
my own god to get me. What he's talking about. Freely, I'm really happy about your dad. Why is Penelope saying yes to your dad?
I don't think that's what okay.
I think some signals were crossed
Yeah,
there.
it's 25 words. It's not. I'm fairly eloquent, but I mean, it's not a lot of words. But so okay, should we go then, or do you want us to like jump them while they're all looking at you during the negotiations, or do like? I mean, should we say something? I mean,
son, I know. Listen, you've known about me for about 5 seconds.
I mean, I'd hoped. I mean,
I am all knowing in some ways, but what exactly is the plan with the ruby rod right now that you have brought here to this moment in time?
Well, Alyndra has a great idea that we could just destroy it, but it might wipe out an indeterminate chunk of reality. Maybe. Or we could just like stash it here where it would be safe with you. Literally.
Okay.
I mean, it's not going to do something where like the moment you touch it, you're going to be like, "Blah," and turn back into him or something, is it? Because that would be not good.
No, I'm older than the ruby rod. We will take it into Mount Celestia for safekeeping then. And think on its annihilation. Both are a lot safer than giving it back to the demons. And certainly not giving it back to the Archduke Zariel, who is now, we fear, in charge.
Oh, because we've been told that it was Belle that had the more pressing claim.
Yes.
Well, different places though. Zariel has her domain of rule, and Belle was given a different domain of rule.
Yes, but and you are all amazing heroes. You do not determine who rules and how. And Zariel is pushing her claim to the throne.
So hell would be at war. Something new and novel for them. They're trying something very different. The new approach. It's worked so well in the past.
And somewhere in the
Out
nine
louder.
hells, snark is felt.
True.
Like, it's just right
Shade.
through every
Just
single
shade. Just
There's
right
a
over
new
the hell.
level. There's a
Oh,
10th
just
level
wait.
of hell, and it's just shade.
Out loud, Orkira looks over at Widdle, who
We
is
lost
hiding in a
Widdle.
corner. Yep. So and out loud says, "Yeah, we're all amazing, and we were the ones who were in charge of putting him there because nobody else seemed to be doing anything." Jeez. Oh, sorry, you were distracted. You were trying to find a dark corner or something. Can I help with fixing stuff? Apparently, we're leaving.
I would just, well, first of all, OOC, Meagan, can you hear me?
Yes.
I would just
Okay.
freely looks at Widdle and he's like, you risked your life to get that thing away from him, and all of us would be dead if you hadn't. And right now you've got it somewhere for safekeeping, but I think there might be other eyes on you as well. So you decide. Do we give it to Dad here for safekeeping, or do we take it somewhere and destroy it, whatever that entails?
Well, yeah, I think we need to destroy it, away from interested eyes potentially, because this thing has too much power. We got to get rid of it. Does
Okay.
anybody have any idea of how we can maybe send it off and destroy it?
Oh, Alyndra's got away.
Very, very far away from us?
That part is a little trickier.
I can certainly help getting you to a place that perhaps.
Well, I mean, I didn't want us to just be like, hey, we're just like talking, and then immediately let me be like, oh, hearken unto me, would you help? Like, I didn't want to like make it weird, So,
Well, I'm not going to do the heavy lifting on this one.
No offense, but I've tend to find that most of the gods don't really actually get their hands dirty.
Okay, let's not make our first evening weird.
This is the greatest day of my life. Nope. And like takes Penelope by the hand and he's like, can I introduce you to my fiance? This is Penelope Half-Pint.
Oh, we all know Penelope Half-Pint. Yes, she's legendary. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
And she's just gonna go to shrub mode.
You see all the angels of Mount Celestia wave?
Hey, look at that. Yeah, I'm like Freely's like kind of trying to part the bushes behind her face. I just navigate for the reddest spot in the bushes, and I'm like, look, they're looking at you. Everyone's looking at you. Look at all of them are just staring and waving at you.
And Freely's father just kind of leans next to you, but not looking directly at you.
It's perfectly okay to feel nervous, and I can ignore you if you want. But we know how wonderful you are. We see you, but we don't see you because we know.
Okay, it's really confusing, but I just have one question.
Okay.
Will you be my friend?
I would love to be your friend.
She pops out her shrub.
Okay, really? I'm
And I
friends
would
with your
love,
dad.
I would just
to
like-
be your father-in-law as well.
I would just like to say, off in the distance, in a newly crowned Mount Tiamat, a rage-filled roar emanates outward, shaking the earth.
Anyone hear that? Oh, it's just another dragon god. Just ignore it.
I feel like
Okay.
that is gonna be pretty much all of our problems eventually. But hey, yeah, if there's some way you could help us get rid of this thing, we'd love to have that. Yes,
Alyndra's plan, I think it's wonderful.
she's wonderful.
Yeah. So, I can take you to a place where no one will be hurt for a split second, and you can annihilate the rod.
Can you bring the sphere, or do we need to go get it?
You mean this sphere?
You're so cool!
Freely loves close-up magic.
I'm like, okay, huddle. All right,
Is your
we got-
dad David Bowie?
I don't know who that is, but he sounds like one of the greatest gods.
It's the traveler, remember?
Oh yeah.
I do lean into you, and I'm like, okay, so you guys, we don't have the best track record for when there's something dangerous, and then every single one of us is like, no, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it. No, you can't risk yourself. No, I'm not risk myself. So let's just figure this out. Who is gonna put the rod in the sphere of annihilation? Obviously, I volunteer, but
Why
I
don't
vote
we just
Briv.
use a mage hand and do this from a distance?
technically, Briv can survive anything. That is true.
I think he needs to be conscious, and right now he's having a very nice dream about what
Yeah.
sounds like puppies. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
and I don't know that
but
he
I agree
can't
with
consent right now. That's true.
yeah, I agree with Alyndra. However we do it, and whoever does it, no one should touch it.
Well, I'm sorry for interrupting again. I know you.
No, get in here.
Yeah.
No,
So, just I'll lean back and let's keep it quiet because Zariel is
right.
Zariel.
I mean, we beat it Asmodeus. We are not afraid of Zariel, but yes, please, yes.
I would be more afraid of Zariel, but so.
Oh man,
I can teleport you to a place, all of you together, and instantly bring you back the moment you do the thing, and you will be safe.
Oh, okay.
Together.
Oh,
Where's the place?
But I need parameters because what's the worst plane of existence for you? And I need the answer from my players. What's
The
the
plane
worst?
of ice cream and milkshakes.
Plane of ice creams and milkshakes is the worst play.
Except it's cool. It's currently ruled by an awesome snowman.
Yeah.
No, I thought we destroyed that snowman, but we should have if we didn't.
When you say you're asking the players, are you asking?
I'm asking the what's the worst? Like for you and the characters, like what's the worst? Is it the plane of mayo? And
honestly,
stink?
Wildmount. I would ruin
now that you
Retro if I
mention
had. If I.
All
had
right.
my-
Well, a friend of mine made that world, so I'm
It's
not
true.
going to nuke it.
Second to Wildmount.
Oh my god, what a
Really,
quote. What a
Yeah.
quote.
I have nothing but hatred and disgust for Wildmount. I'm still not going to destroy all the people there because of it.
Yeah,
I'm
there's
sorry,
a lot of
Matt.
tension.
I'm really
That's
sorry.
on you.
A lot
I'm
of
sorry,
tension.
Matt.
A lot
made
of
it awful.
I'm not. No, yeah, that was
Lauren
my life
is
experience.
sorry.
Yeah.
Lauren is super sorry. Or Kira.
I'm just going to turn this on.
Yeah.
Where was it we went when we witnessed the apocalypse? When we saw like the world was falling apart and they were like evacuating the people because everything was collapsing. Remember we saw that right before.
In Port Argent?
No, right before we went to the Nineveh. Like here, I mean, it happened to us recently. Like it was the collapse of something.
Water.
That was Corinne. That was Corinne.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you probably don't want to listen. They've been
yeah,
through a
we
lot.
can destroy Corinne.
Right. No.
Great.
Well,
I'd
no.
love
I
to
mean,
never go back there.
now I've
Maybe
heard
we
good
can
things
get
about it
Avron's
though.
bag, the one that has the version that Harold and I got stuck in. We can just destroy that bag.
All right.
Alyndra, Penelope, worst plane.
I mean, a burn is for Penelope, for sure.
You said Avernus?
Yeah.
That might be a little.
A little on the nose.
Yeah.
Fitting though.
I'm here for it. I mean, whatever.
I'm trying to think if there are any planes that we brought into existence
Oh, I know.
that should
where.
not be there.
Do
Do
we
you
know
want-
where those? Oh, go ahead.
You want Orkira's actual answer?
Bag
Mhm.
world.
What's the name of the
Bert.
actual part of hell that she saw when she got teleported there after making the wish?
Ooh, that's the 9th and final level of hell.
Yeah, I was trying to think about the Sybriax stuff and also the Soranthus stuff, but that was all on the material plane.
Yeah.
Except for the Sybriax was in
Yeah.
hell, but
Sybriax
Alyndra's
is-
worst
yeah.
planes are all on the material plane. It's all in reality.
Sybriax, I got a juicy boy right here. You know.
I mean, I would destroy
Um,
Sybriax, sure.
Yeah. Well, I do think it needs to be somewhere uninhabited though. So what, like the astral plane or somewhere like, or the
Not
negative
even the
energy
astral
plane.
plane.
Freely and Widdle have been to the negative energy plane. That place sucked a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yep, it hurt.
I mean, do you even need a sphere of annihilation if it's the negative energy plane? Would it just?
Oh, you still do, but yeah,
It
it's kind of,
itself.
it's definitely like a I mean, it's
Is there a Jester Joe world? Because if there is,
somewhere
I'm all
Briv
for
rolls
that.
over and goes, get me one before you destroy it.
Right.
Yeah.
I will make a Jester Joe world for you. I swear to God.
Right.
I mean,
This-
don't
it-
bring that into the universe, even if
It
No,
it's
must
I
be
don't want to.
destroyed.
I don't want to invoke that into the universe. But I know that I can't create any sort of demiplane that we can bring a sphere of
Yeah.
annihilation. It
So
would.
Nessus is where you were, Orkira.
Okay.
I mean, that's honestly her answer. There's a moment where she would think about the Frostfell, but she knows that that's not really a bad place. She just hates it because it's cold. But
Yeah.
that moment that she got transported there, and it was just filled with death and despair and demons and the worst of everything. Like,
All right, so we got the 9th level of hell, known as Nessus, with the Dark Citadel, where Asmodeus once lived. We've got the plane of ice cream and milkshakes on the board. We
I will
also
fight
have
you.
Jester Joe World. I'm deleting Wildmount and Exandria for personal
please.
reasons from this.
nope, I agree with that. I agree
All
with
right,
that.
so that's what's on the board. What's the
I
vote?
vote Jester
Or-
Joe world.
Or the
Just-
negative
just-
energy plane.
Or the
which-
negative energy plane. That yeah.
Also that.
Negative energy plane.
Or the
I would-
creepy butter realm,
Aw, Butter Realm.
where
I
it
don't know
was
if we-
crawling out of people's stomachs and stuff. Nah, that was
Mm.
not.
Oh, that was Wildmount.
I mean,
Wait,
it
I
was
was
in
gonna
Wild
say
Mount, but it
there's
was
a
this
butter
weird
realm?
bubble. Yeah, they with Briv and was there was the weird
Briv had a butter baby.
factory.
I don't-
Briv had
I
the
don't know
butter
if-
baby.
Yeah, I don't know if we ever been to the Butter World though. I think it just inhabited Wildmount. So
Yeah,
and
fair.
I'm not gonna say Jester Joe World because then it has to be brought into existence, and I don't think that's good.
fair.
I'm seeing 3 votes for the negative material plane.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I think
Let's do that
canonically
then.
that makes the kind of the most sense.
Yeah,
All
we're-
Yeah, I
well,
think
is
that makes
everyone
sense.
ready? Okay, good. And you
and I just-
appear.
Wait. Okay.
I'll give you a second. Tell me what you say.
I was trying to check. I have true sight and everything. This is actually Bahamut. I'm not getting. We're not being lied
100%
to.
Totally
Okay.
safe. Yep.
And
Also,
there
did
are
he
not,
really? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
There are not consequences of knowing that this is a piece of Tharizdun, that we're not summoning Tharizdun or setting Tharizdun loose.
I mean,
or...
you wouldn't know that with True Sight. You know that.
No. This is with my knowledge and experience.
No, you know that this isn't like the key to the destruction of the universe. Which
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it could have totally been, but sure. If it has all
It's
the
worth
earmarks,
checking.
Yeah.
It's not like we have any reason to ever check these things. It's
I
never
think it's
backfired on
fair.
us
I think it's
before.
fair. Like, okay, hear me out. Ruby Rog, Sphere of Annihilation, negative material plane. That is the 9th seal. No, it's not. So you pop into the negative material plane, you instantly feel all of you turn gray and have the life force suddenly sucked out of you, and then it stops and time stops itself. And there you have your Sphere of Annihilation, and there is the ruby rod. And you see a citadel in the distance, and a familiar citadel to you, Widdle, because you've been there, and you turned Averin into a god because you rolled a natural 20 to create a god and cause all of this mess. And there's also probably an exploded elf down there, but we won't go into that right now. And you're there. What do? You have the Sphere of Annihilation. You have the ruby rod floating next to it.
Do it, Widdle.
So, how many tubes are in this place?
Tubes? What do you mean?
Well, if we're in the place where we turned Averin into a god, there must
There
be
are-
a lot of tubes.
You got seconds. There are a lot of tubes.
I'm like, do it, Widdle.
There's
Destroy
a
it.
Sphere of
I- I mean,
Annihilation,
this
and
is-
there's
this
a
is-
ruby
this-
rod, and all of
the-
creation.
I
is-
appreciate this is our Elrond moment, when I was there when the strength of Widdle failed.
Just trying to
I
make
mean-
sure I understand the situation.
I will take it with my mage hand and throw it in there if people are okay with it.
Well, yeah.
But
Well,
did
It
Did
got
Widdle-
tossed to Widdle. Widdle. The connotation
So-
is that like throw it into the Sphere of Annihilation or die. You'll have like a second. If you don't do it, someone else is going to do it.
I'm like, come on, Isildur, do it.
Wait,
I'll reach into my bag and pull
Well-
out my collapsible
hang
tensor
on.
pole and
Hang-
unsheath it and be like, all right.
Hang
do
on a
this.
second. She said she doesn't understand what's happening. Sorry. Go ahead, Widdle.
From my perspective, there's a bunch of tubes that we use to turn Avon into a god. We got the ruby rod. We got the sphere of annihilation. So, in Widdle's mind, she probably wants to take the sphere of annihilation and put it in the same seat where Avon became a god. And then throw the ruby rod into it.
Give me an Arcana check.
I will
You-
challenge this if we're
No,
trying to endanger the world again.
No,
'cause-
she's trying to explode, I think, in a different way, in like an ultimate way.
Okay.
She's trying to set off a major explosion. Am I reading this right?
So 26?
God Rod.
God.
All right. There is a moment of extreme tension amongst everyone and the heroes of the plains as Widdle is debating what to do.
The second time she's just pondered Dark Godhood, and I pondered tackling her into the sphere of annihilation.
If Widdle, if Freely could poop.
Can he not?
A dimension, I don't know. So a dimension door opens up and you shove a sphere of annihilation into the center of a Serax strange citadel that you had created a god with Avon in, and all the tubes fire off all at the same time, and you shove the ruby rod into it, and it all goes. Just a ripple through all of darkness and time, explodes in the negative material plane, and you get teleported back to the Mount Celestia before all
God.
time tears apart.
Okay, so let's okay. Son, I know you are all full of chaos, and next time let's do the thing. Thank you for destroying the Citadel. Absolute win destroying the Citadel. Citadel was dangerous.
What was that? Where were we? What was with the tubes? Why didn't you, when you said, are you ready? You can't just say, are you ready, and then send us. I mean, now I see where Freely gets it from. Freely, and I look over Freely. And you know what? I can't blame you anymore when you just go rushing off, because now I see you get it from your dad.
Which is very confusing, because aren't you one of the key gods of law? And adherence to the law. I'm so confused.
And you know what? One of those laws should be when you say, "Are you
the
ready?"
apple does
You should
fall from
at
the
least wait
far
for
from
us
the
to
tree.
respond to you.
Oh, your
That's not how the
friends-
saying goes.
Gosh,
Oh,
I'm just so happy to be here.
I made apples.
It all worked out fine though. So yay!
Did it? I don't even know where we were.
Did that work? Is everyone okay?
I
Did it
really.
end?
Okay is strong, but I think we won though.
Is everyone
And-
okay? Because we were getting our souls sucked out of us. Like, do I look around and is anybody hurt?
Everyone's okay.
I know I've made it this far, and this is the first time you've appeared to me, so I'm pretty sure you're about to have to step away to do some really important stuff. But maybe if I could just have a couple minutes, because I'd like to ask you a couple of questions about things before we could walk and talk. We could walk and talk. I don't.
Yes.
No, I mean more like in a my friends are gonna do some stuff, and then you and I are gonna do some stuff because we never hung out. So I just thought maybe we could just talk for just.
Oh, you mean father and son time?
Yeah, because apparently I'm about to get married, and I don't even know what that entails. So I just kind of have some questions.
That's a long-term commitment, especially for you. And
Yeah, but
she's a druid. They don't die.
No, I saw it. Sophia's became a tree. No, but but there's nothing else I'd rather be doing over the long term. So I think it makes sense. So, is the world gonna stay on its hinges long enough for just you and me to have just an hour?
I think if you found love, the world will absolutely stay on its hinges. And that is our episode.
Thank you all for tuning in. That was a lot of emotions. Again, thank you, Jen. Thank you, Hope. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Todd. If you have not yet, do please sign up for your free subscription to Demiplane. There, again, you can play some games with your friends or find some friends to play games with. Check out the Pathfinder Nexus if you haven't already. Thank you to Sirenscape. Thank you to Idle Champions. Thank you to Tailspire. Thank you to our mods. And thank you to everybody running the show on the back end and making it all possible. Looking forward to explaining to Briv all of the things that he missed when he gets back next week. And until then,
Poor
thank
Briv.
you all so much, and we will see you next week.
Have a Penelope evening.
Have a Penelope evening.
Penelope floats.
Exactly.
That's ominous.
We're sorry. Down here.